Hey guys, so today's video is on how to pass down generational wealth. So here's a couple things that I'll be talking about. Alright guys, so how to pass down generational wealth. I have a few ideas, just things to get you started down the path. I obviously cannot explain the whole entire path to it. You'll need to consult professionals, attorneys, and accountants on this. But one thing when you start getting wealthy, something to consider, that you just kind of want to start researching everything, that is just these taxable events, and that you can actually avoid these taxes that you pass of the wealth that you pass down to your kids through certain structures and entities. So one thing, you want to protect your wealth, you can get LLC. So talk to an attorney. I'm not an attorney or accountant. This is though what I've been consulted on and personally I'm planning on doing, and things that I'm considering. One thing is, you're going to want to eventually, you don't need to do this right now when you only have a couple properties, but when you start getting bigger, you're going to want to look after yourself by getting some limited liability companies, maybe blocking a few properties in there. You're going to want to make sure you also have pretty good insurance on your properties with liability insurance, things like that. So first you need to pass it down, you first need to protect your wealth. And holding these real estate assets, holding them in an LLC, having a good insurance policy really protects you. Okay, another thing that you can have is that this LLC, right, this LLC with your insurance shield that is holding on to this asset, right, the owner of this LLC could be a living trust, okay? Which basically just is a structure that passes down the line of who inherits this, who's the trustee and the beneficiary on this in case if you die or anything like that, okay? And there's lots of lawyer jargon on all of this, but basically it helps you avoid probate, and it helps you also talk to your accountant. It helps avoid a lot of big taxable events. Instead of owning this in, just, your name, it can be really confusing because let's say, you were to unfortunately die. Well, who inherits this? If that happens, it goes to probate if there's no will or certain things set in place. With a living trust, it already is kind of written in there like a will and just kind of avoids it and goes to here. Also, it helps save a lot on taxes on that as well. Another way to pass down generational wealth is giving gifts. So let's say you're kind of getting towards the end, of your journey here on the earth. You can start giving up to $15,000. It's what it kind of is around today, and I think it increases slightly every year, is gifts that are tax-free. So if you have 4 kids, go ahead and start giving them that money that they're going to inherit anyway, in a couple years, depending on your life expectancy, and you can start passing that down. Also, to pass down your generational wealth, you can use retirement accounts like your IRAs and 401ks, and also have living trusts attached to that. So consult with an attorney and start discussing that with them. Google this, learn about all of this. These are some great things to really consider. Okay, so yeah, those are pretty much the things. And then one more that I think really you want to kind of set up as early as possible is you can do life insurance. Preferably whole life insurance policies. That death benefit is, you can have like a death benefit of $1 million to $10 million, depending on how much you make, things like that. And so obviously that big nest egg gets passed down to your kids, and that is up to tax-free and awesome things like that. You can also invest in this whole life insurance policy and pull money out and use it as kind of like a line of credit eventually for investing. So there's some great options there. So those are kind of just the things that I have going on in my head today, just thinking about passing down generational wealth, things that I'm learning and that you can definitely look into to be able to pass down that generational wealth, which is what it's kind of all about, right? Is making things better for the generation down below you, making this world a better place. Thanks so much, guys. I'd love to hear your comments and the things that you're personally doing to protect your assets. Number one, to pass it down and perpetuate that generational wealth. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit that bell for the notifications, everything like that. We'll be trying to send out a video every working day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.